If there's one thing that truly separates men who effortlessly draw women in from those who struggle, it's this: they understand what not to do. While most advice focuses on what men should do, how to be more confident, how to impress her, how to keep her attention, what often matters more are the missteps you must avoid at all costs. Attraction isn't just about making the right moves. It's equally about steering clear of the wrong ones. Here's where most men go astray. They assume that if they just try harder, if they're extra nice, if they give more and bend over backward to please her, they'll eventually win her over. But in reality, some behaviors don't just weaken attraction, they obliterate it entirely. The worst part? Most men don't even realize they're making these mistakes. They sit there wondering why she lost interest, why she suddenly became distant, or why she started treating them differently. By the time they figure it out, the damage is already done. So today, we're cutting through the confusion. Here are 5 things you should never do if you want to earn a woman's respect. Ignite her desire and keep her genuinely drawn to you. Let's dive in. 1. Never seek validation from her. Validation seeking is one of the biggest killers of attraction, yet many men do it without even realizing it. It takes many forms. Needing constant reassurance. Do you still like me? Are you mad at me? Over-explaining yourself. I just wanted to make sure you didn't misunderstand me. Asking for permission to be yourself. Is it okay if I say this? Or fishing for compliments. Do you think I'm funny? Am I attractive? At its core, validation seeking stems from insecurity. It puts your sense of worth in her hands instead of standing firm in who you are. The truth is, women don't want to be your emotional caretaker. The moment she feels responsible for your self-esteem, the attraction starts to fade. She wants a man who already knows his own value, not someone waiting for her to confirm he's enough. So, how do you stop this behavior? Detach from her reaction. If you say something funny, don't look at her to see if she laughs. If you make a decision, don't second-guess it based on her response. Stand firm. Give validation instead of seeking it. Instead of needing her to confirm your worth, flip the script. Observe her, challenge her, and compliment her in a way that shows you appreciate her depth, not just her looks. Remember, confidence is key. True confidence isn't arrogance. It's being secure in yourself, regardless of whether she approves or not. A man who doesn't seek validation commands respect, and a man who commands respect commands attraction. 2. Never put her on a pedestal. A common misconception many men have is that if they treat a woman like royalty, she will in turn treat them like a king. But the reality is, the more you elevate a woman above yourself, the more she looks down on you. Most men don't realize this, but attraction isn't built through worship. It's built through respect. A woman cannot respect you if you act like she's above you. This doesn't mean treating her poorly. It means treating her like a human being, not a goddess. So how do you avoid putting her on a pedestal? Don't overcompliment. Constant praise loses its value. Compliments should be earned and rare. Have your own life. Men who idolize women often do so because they lack their own purpose and goals. Get busy building your life. Call her out when necessary. If she acts entitled or disrespects you, address it. A woman respects a man who sets boundaries and stands his ground. Attraction isn't about making her feel like a queen. It's about making her feel something real. 3. Never let her control the relationship. A woman will test you not because she's manipulative, but because she needs to know who you really are. She will test your patience, your confidence, and your ability to hold your ground. If you fail, she will lose respect for you. The worst mistake a man can make is letting a woman dictate the direction of the relationship. This happens when you constantly agree with her to avoid conflict. Let her make all the decisions because you're afraid of upsetting her, or apologize even when you've done nothing wrong. Women don't want to lead in relationships, they want to trust that you can. Leadership isn't about control, it's about direction. A man who knows where he's going and stands firm in his path is a man a woman can trust. 4. Never be afraid to walk away. Nothing kills attraction faster than a man who is terrified of losing a woman. Men who fear losing her will compromise themselves, tolerate disrespect, and accept draining situations just to keep her around. But here's the paradox: the man who is least afraid to lose her is the one who keeps her the longest. Why? Because she knows he's with her out of choice, not desperation. Walking away isn't about playing games or making her chase you. It's about self-respect. When a man walks away, he's saying, I have standards, I have boundaries, and if they're not met, I'm gone. A man who can walk away is a man who chooses his own self-respect over temporary comfort. And that is the kind of man a woman never wants to lose. 5. Never be inconsistent with who you are. Women are drawn to certainty, not arrogance, but the kind of certainty that comes from a man who knows himself. A man who shifts his personality to fit the situation, who changes his opinions to avoid conflict, or who molds himself to be likable, will always lose a woman's respect. Why? Because women are wired to seek stability in a partner. Not just financial or social stability, but emotional and psychological stability. The most attractive men in history, Marcus Aurelius, Bruce Lee, great leaders, were all unshakable. They never bent to fit the world around them. They evolved, they grew, but they never betrayed themselves. And that is rare. That is powerful. So how do you avoid inconsistency? Define your values and stick to them. If you don't know what you stand for, you'll fall for anything. Be the same man in all situations. Whether you're with your boss, your friends, or a woman, be yourself. Match your words with your actions. If you say you'll do something, do it. If you claim to have a certain mindset, live by it. Attraction isn't just about what you do, it's about what you refuse to tolerate. A man who seeks validation, puts a woman on a pedestal, lets her control the relationship, fears walking away, or is inconsistent in who he is, will always lose respect, power, and ultimately attraction. But a man who stands firm, who knows his worth, who leads without fear, and who never compromises his self-respect, that's the man she remembers. That's the man she desires. Because in a world full of men who bend, break, and beg, a man who stands unshaken is rare. So, are you the kind of man a woman can't help but respect? Or are you just another man hoping for her approval? The choice is yours.